Eric Ten Hag still insists on getting Frankie de Jong. He says, Chelsea can't really beat me on a player that I really dreamed way back at Ajax. I'm really into this, and I really believe that I'm really getting this player who goes by names of Frankie de Jong. Eric Ten Hag insists on signing de Jong. Rabiot talks to United accelerate in the FAO, and there are terms that Rabiot and his mother, who acts as his agent, are really proposing or tabling onto Manchester United, and waiting to see whether United is going to go in and really dance to the tunes of these two French citizens in the FAO. Then we are talking about Cody Gakpo and Fabrizio Romano giving us a very detailed update as far as this deal is concerned in the FAO, as far as Cody Gakpo is concerned to Manchester United. And without further ado, guys, smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the subscription button. After smashing it, hit the notification bell to enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. Remember, we are really trying to chase that 10k mark target before the end of this month, and that is as far as the subscribers are concerned. Guys, do the needful and really take me through into this, because I cannot subscribe to myself always. It's you to go on and really show me love as you've already shown it to me. We are close, we are hitting 5,000 subscribers soon, and let us really roll to 10,000 subscribers before this month comes to an end. I'm talking about August. So guys, let's get into these stories as have been brought to you by Fabrizio Romano. I'm having Van der Gaar from Van der Gaar Telegraph from Netherlands, very close sources for you. And let's get into this and see who is saying who and what or which player is being linked to Manchester United, and where have United reached as far as in talking to players that are coming to Manchester United. Now, Fabrizio Romano today morning told us that United want Adrian Rabiot, and they have an agreement in place with Juventus for 17 million euros plus add-ons. That is Fabrizio Romano via his YouTube channel. That has been known to us since Tuesday. Since, I think, Tuesday or Monday. I think Monday. Yeah. Then, he has gone ahead to let us that now negotiations are ongoing with Rabiot's side on personal terms. United are working hard on Rabiot, and he is a priority signing for the midfield. Obviously, I know Ten Hag really knows that obviously I need to strengthen my midfield, and that game of Brighton gave him a real feel of what the Premier League is and what we've been talking about of Scott McTominay and Freddie, that if they are coming off the bench, they are good players for United. They are supposed to be there warming the bench. They are not supposed to be starters at Manchester United. They should only come in when at least two of our starting midfielders in the double midfield pivot really get an injury. You get? Or they are injured. But if at all they are fit, Scott McTominay and Freddie are not priorities to start at United, and think he really got to know about it, and that's why it's pushing so much for these two deals of Frankie de Jong and the player who goes by the names of Rabiot. Maybe the reason that's why he told the board that get me. Even if you get me de Jong at the end of the transfer window, it's okay. But right now he's saying no way. I need to get in the midfielder, because according to what he saw when United was playing Brighton, that midfield couldn't do anything that is Ten Hagish. It was not Ten Hagging, you get? Of course, Scott McTominay was McTominaying, and Freddie was Fredding. You know what they do, you get? You know what they do. Freddie has that confidence of really going and showing himself to the back foot to really get him that ball, but he threw that ball on the 18-yard box area close to 3-4 times, something that would have really costed United on any other day, you get? So I will believe that Ten Hag has now known the intensity of the Premier League and the quality of the players in the Premier League, because not until you test the Premier League, you'll never know what it's all about. The worth of these players in the Premier League is out of this world. You get? Freddie and Scott McTominay were just galvanizing in the midfield. They were just chasing shadows. You get? Even when we had the ball, because we had majority of the possession in the FAO, they never showed up. Never did they show up. Neither did they show up to really show to it that which every time under the ball, you remember any moment of Freddie or brilliant moment of Freddie and Scott McTominay. You only remember them throwing that ball and causing havoc and leading to the goal. They didn't close down very well their intensity, because all of those players, their talent is not all that immense, because I really take them as limited players. Obviously, Freddie is somewhat more talented than Scott McTominay, but their best attribute is them being workaholic. You get? So, but where were they when we were really conceding the 2 goals? You expect them at least to be into that space where, I remember that goal, the first goal we conceded, Diego Dello pointed at Scott McTominay that, please, go to where Trossard is. Go to where Trossard is. And Scott McTominay couldn't close him down because for Diego Dello, he had space to mark. And you see, our midfielders don't close down. They don't close down. If at all Trossard was closed down by Scott McTominay, as danger noticed by Diego early enough and directed him to go in and close him down, that goal wouldn't have gone in. You get? But they wouldn't close down players, and they call themselves midfielders. Positional sense, 0. The lens they are running through, 0. Going forward, 0, because McTominay lost the ball 12 times into that game. So I really believe that this is why Erik ten Hag is in for Rabiot and really wants him at Manchester United without further ado in the for you. Now, Carlo Laudicea in the for you. He's an Italian journalist for Gazzetta dello Sport. He has told us that Adrien Rabiot is demanding wages of over 10 million euros a season for a 3-year contract to join Manchester United in the for you, meaning that he's wanting a salary of close to how much? Of close to £200,000 a week. Obviously, Juventus has been earning £180,000 a week. That's it. So right now, he wants £200,000 a week. Now, you see, we pay silly wages at United in the for you, and this is the structure we've laid. And the only way we are going to get out of this is to let our manager get in players that are really worth the club and really the quality. Look at Lisandro Martinez. I think is earning like £120,000 a week. We need to be like Man City. You see, what Man City does is that when they're building all this, they never went in for star players. They went in for players who, when you give him close to £120,000 a week, really believes it's with good money. So, when you bring in players like Anthony, Lisandro Martinez, when you go for players like maybe Cody Gakpo, players like those, they are good and talented, and when they come to your club, they won't ask for £200,000 a week. But because we are desperate for Adrien Rabiot, and Erik ten Hag called him, his mother is really putting up this, and we believe that they are going to get him this money because the mother said, I don't want to talk to the intermediaries of Manchester United. I want to talk to Marta. That is the technical, is it the football director or technical director in the for you? So he wanted to talk to him. She wanted to talk to him directly, and that's their request. Obviously, United is going to go in and give him this money because for United, that's not money for them. But to me, when you look at Scott McTominay, if I'm to show you the player series of Manchester United, Scott McTominay earns, let me see, how much does Scott McTominay earn? Let me show you why at least this guy has a yardstick to come in. You get? Why this guy who goes by the names of Rabiot has all the audacity to come in here and really request for this amount of money that he's being requesting us to pay. Because when you look at Freddie, let me bring it on your screen. Because a player that you are better than can't be earning more money than you. That's it. So when you look at this list, let me show you how much Freddie earns, how much Scott McTominay earns. When you look at this list in there, where is Freddie and Scott McTominay? Scott McTominay earns £60,000 a week. I doubt, because they gave him a new contract. It's more than this. This one is not real in the for you. I think it's not updated. Then Freddie Rodriguez, where are you? Freddie, Phil Jones. They are saying Phil Jones earns 75. No, this is not really good. This is not real. Freddie earns 120. I will believe that Scott McTominay is like £140,000 a week. That's what I will believe. So if a player comes in and is better than Scott McTominay, he'll just question himself, why do I earn 150,000, £30,000 more than what Scott McTominay earns already, yet what I'm going to give to this team is really so much more than what I'm really getting. And secondly, what is playing into his favor is that he's left with on contract. He's being sold on the ship. I really believe that Juventus would have sold this player more money, close to 40 million euros or 35 million pounds, provided this player was on a 2-year contract. But because his contract is running down, and if at all they don't sell him now, he's really going to go out on a free, as he did with PSG. then obviously they have really to sell him on a low price of 15 million, 17 million euros, or 15 million pounds. So I think it gives him a negotiation base, all yardstick in the for your bench to come in and really negotiate. But let's get him in. Let's get him in because he's better than what we have, and I really believe that he will really give us a breath of fresh air into our midfield of Manchester United. Hope you agree with me. And your reaction to that as well, come in the comment section below. Smash the like button, guys, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, let's go to Sky Sports. They've told us that Manchester United signing both Adrian Rabiot and Frankie de Jong have not been ruled out. You get? So, United want these players. They want Adrian Rabiot and Frankie de Jong. That is the double pairing they want to bring in that midfield in the way to reinforce it. And I've always told you guys, I see people saying, we need Anthony, we need one who. Guys, before you bring in Anthony, before you go in for center forward, guys, what we need first is to reinforce that midfield. Because, trust me, if at all you had a very good midfield, that game of Brighton wouldn't have gone anywhere in their favor. We are going to win that game. But the problem was we couldn't match the midfield levels of Caicedo. You get? We couldn't match it. We couldn't. And guys, do you know that even Mwepe was not played? He was brought on, I think, in the 80th minute of the game. So, we couldn't match their intensity. Just know, we couldn't match their intensity as a team. So, that midfield is really so much crucial because the midfield is responsible for linking them to the attack. Who links the midfield? Who links the forwards more on the ball? It's always the midfield. And you saw Rashford isolated, though he really missed out on close to 2-3 chances. Ronaldo was isolated. Sancho was isolated. Not until Eriksen really got back into the central midfield role, playing as a CDM. That's when they really started to get that ball because you could get it and pass through the central axis, and then those players would get the ball. That's it. But in a game like this, you expect United to improve in this midfield. If at all midfield really had a Frankie de Jong or Rabiot in there for you, one of those, we would have been a much better team. That's it. So Erik ten Hag wants both of these signings, and he wants them at Manchester United immediately, not even anymore, because he believes that the more he really takes long without getting these players, the more he's going to be battered and beaten left, right, and center. That is a man who goes by the names of Erik ten Hag in there for you. Now, we've been told by Jason Bart, he's a chief football correspondent for the Daily Telegraph. He's telling us that Man United have not given up on Frankie de Jong despite all the signs. Only after giving up would United move for someone such as Serge Milokovic-Savic. Obviously, United have really shown good interest into what we call these players of United, and they're really doing great in the for you. And everything going out looks like United are really wanting Frankie de Jong. And earlier, before I did a story coming in from Jacob's Ben, is really so much good as far as this story is concerned. The transfer. He has told us that United have finally given up on signing Frankie de Jong. You get? And stories coming in from Barcelona indicating that Chelsea is really trying to agree with Barcelona. Then they talk to the player. You get? So, we are waiting to see where this player is going to go. But, you know, what we're here to do is to bring in news. That's it. Someone will say, but Rokani, you told us in the morning that Frankie de Jong United has really backed out of this deal. And now you're telling us that they're really into pack. Now, because you're having different journalists, Jacob's Ben is really has been so much on point as far as this transfer is concerned, either for you. And secondly, he has really given us lots of real stories that really happened. That of Gabriel Jesus, Tielemans first. He's giving us the Tielemans feed and very many other stories in that for you. So 100% believe that he's really so much good as far as this is concerned in this transfer window. So he told us that, but we are being told now that United, the only way we are going to go in for Serge Milokovic-Savic is when the Frank de Jong deal really fails in the for you. So it looks like there are signs that this deal might fail, but United are still insisting this deal is going to happen. And Jason Bart of the chief football correspondent for the Daily Telegraph and Sun Telegraph has confirmed that in there for you. Then we go to a source from Netherlands known as Marcel van der Kraan. He has told us that Frankie de Jong is still an absolute #1 priority for Erik ten Hag, and Man United they are certainly not giving up. So Erik ten Hag is saying we are not giving up on De Jong until the last time when this player either goes to us or snubs us. But I think the way United is insisting on the Frankie De Jong deal shows you that there is an agreement in place. Today, I've seen a video of the agent of Frankie De Jong, Dusan Ali, in Barcelona to negotiate in the free. That means the agent is willing to negotiate with Barcelona to let the player go because the player is not willing to take a pay cut. Barca told Frankie De Jong, if at all you want to stay here, you have to accept just £6 million. That is like 8 million euros out of the 17 million euros for us to compensate on that amount of money that you demand us. He demands them 17 million euros and they only want to give him 8 of that. So I don't think Frankie De Jong will accept it as it stands, but we are waiting to see how everything is going to go in there for you, because even if he accepts to stay, he's not obviously into the minds of Xavi. Xavi really wants him out because he wants to bring in Bernardo Silva. His ID midfield 3 is Bernardo Silva, Busquets, and Pedri. That's it. So, as things stand at Barcelona, it looks like everything is not rosy for Frankie De Jong, and Erik ten Hag is pushing morning, night to see to it that this player comes in. And the more I've seen such stories coming in from Netherlands, because Marcel van der Kraan is really a close source in there for you from Netherlands, and he knows loads about these players, and he talks to his agents, and they know that they are really so much credible as far as this is concerned at Manchester United. Then he went ahead to tell us that the Frankie De Jong to Manchester United issue could stand in the way of the speed for Cody Gakpo to United. That is Marcel van der Kraan. He was on Sky Sports today during lunchtime. This is where he said all these in the for you, and we've quoted them from that side. Obviously, as the Frankie De Jong deal delayed very many days at Manchester United, because we signed in our first player, Malacia, I think in July, first week of July. That's when we signed in the for you. Yet the window was open, I think, on the 11th of June. So it took us close to 1 month to see to it that we really get in this player. But it shows you that it has not only delayed the signings of other players, because United would have gone in for other players, but they waited until the Anthony, even Lisandro Martinez, if at all he went in earlier, wouldn't have gone for 55 million euros. He would have gone for like 40 million euros, but because he went in late, that's why this deal will happen. So if at all you need to put up all that sacrifice for Frankie De Jong, I expect something positive out of this, and let's wait and see what's going to come in from there. But he was talking about Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo was linked to Manchester United recently, and that was, I think, 2 days back, that we are in for a player who goes by names of Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo is really a very good player. And today, when I was really watching this entire story of a player of Marcel van der Kraan at on Sky Sports, he really gave me some strong belief. And he's trying to change my mind about Cody Gakpo. He's telling us that Cody Gakpo is being changed into a striker by Ruud van Nistelrooy. He wants him to be a centre forward. He referred to a situation of Robin van Persie when he came in from Feyenoord and he joined Arsenal. At Feyenoord, Robin van Persie was not a striker. He was playing as a left winger. And at Arsenal, he first played as a left winger because there were Bergkamp, Henry, and he couldn't really put them out of the starting 11. But when Bergkamp really went, you get, and Thierry Henry, so they gave him that. So he started to play with Thierry Henry in a 4-4-2 system. And when Thierry Henry left, Arsene Wenger shifted to a 4-3-3 system, and he used to lead the line for Arsenal. So he's telling us that they are really turning him into a centre forward. So if he's being turned into a centre forward, we believe that this is the reason as to why Erik ten Hag is wanting him, because he knows that I can play him on the left attacking side of the midfield, and I can use him as a centre forward. So he might be looking at him as a player who is really as a player who is going to be sharing that role with Anton Martial and sometimes playing off the left. And even Fabrizio Romano has confirmed to us today that United will go for other strikers. Cody Gakpo is a player appreciated by Ten Hag, meaning that Ten Hag is seeing Cody Gakpo as a player who is a centre forward. Obviously, when he's playing central, he's also good, and playing off the left is also good. He can even play centrally, so that's a player in the for you. So I really believe that people who are really thinking that Erik ten Hag is going in for this player as a winger only, he sees lots of attributes in him that can even lead the line in there for you. That is a player who goes by names of Cody Gakpo, and he's being linked to Manchester United. And Fabrizio Romano continued to let us know that Cody Gakpo is a player on the Manchester United list, but PSV have not yet received an official offer. They're expecting that step to understand if United will want to get serious for Cody Gakpo. So no official offer for Cody Gakpo yet, but United are really interested into the player and is on the list in there for you. But I think we need to wait for this player because they knocked out Monaco yesterday, and they're going to play another 2-game tie with Rangers. That is, I think, next week and the other week. So those are like 14 days from now. If you are to get, they're not 14 because if they are playing on Tuesday next week, they are 14 days. 14 days. All right. The next 14 days, we'll know the fate of this player who goes by the name of Cody Gakpo, whether he's coming into United or not. That is Cody Gakpo in there for you, being linked to Manchester United. Fabrizio Romano went ahead to continue and really throw more information about this deal of Cody Gakpo to Manchester United and said, certainly Cody Gakpo is attracted to the Premier League and has the same energy and has the same agency as Erik ten Hag. Ten Hag knows him and has been an admirer of him for a long time. Obviously, Ten Hag was coaching Ajax, and the guy was at PSV, and he really gave them a hard time every time he played with them. You know that very well. So Cody Gakpo is attracted to the Premier League, and very many other teams like Arsenal are really interested in him, but I think United can really take it because Erik ten Hag is in need of a striker immediately, and he might be seeing him as a striker, and he wants to go in for players that he wants. Then Marcel van der Kraan on Cody Gakpo said he's a kind of player Erik ten Hag likes. Arsenal made a bid a couple of weeks ago. 5 Premier League clubs are interested, but if the choice is there, he would go to Manchester United. So it looks like United are leading this race, and the player wants to come and really play for us. Let's wait and see how that is going to come in and transform in here onto the United Matters channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So United, Cody Gakpo. Let's wait when United really make an official offer for this guy, because it's said that United have not yet made an official offer, but Arsenal made a bid earlier and it was rejected. But I think it was an offer to a side which goes by the names of PSV. So guys, thank you for watching in. Tell me what you think about Cody Gakpo, to a side which goes by names of Manchester United. Erik ten Hag insisting on Jong to join United. Rabiot talks continue and accelerate, and he has requested for 10 million euros per year. Should United get him that money, or that? I leave it into your hands, and slash into the comment section or rush into the comment section and really tell us what you think about these 3 stories about Frenkie de Jong, Rabiot, and Cody Gakpo. Rokan David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later. But remember, you guys, subscribe. We want to hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of this month. We are left with 3 weeks. Let's utilize these 3 weeks to go on and really see this channel grow bigger and bigger. I'm out.